this specific time. So
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Well,
it's okay.
I didn't quite get that memo because we had talked yesterday, and she said you weren't feeling well or your voice
Right.
or something.
Yeah, I've got a sore throat, but it's okay today.
Well, you sound fine.
Yeah, I've been working on it. I know the remedies. A lot of rest, a lot of juices, and a couple of medications that I take.
Okay. Well, are you like midway or near the end of it or what?
Oh yeah, I'm at the end of it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we won't be on the phone too long. Matter of fact, this is gonna be practically painless,
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Duke
I'm sure it will
Fakir.
be. Because it's always my favorite subject. It's always painless.
I hear you. I hear you because it's your life. So,
Yep, that's it.
well, anyway, when we last spoke in person when you were here in town, we talked about the Four Tops and the new guys in the group, and you were alluding to the fact that you were living, my words, to see that look on their faces and that whole vibe when you guys when they experienced that hit record.
Exactly.
You were talking all around it, and I was so excited about just being in the presence of the Four Tops. In other words, I blew it. I should have asked about the impending new single, East Coast, West Coast.
hmm Well, let me tell you a few things about that single. It was written by a guy named Paul Hill, Detroit. He works a lot. He sings, and he works a lot with George Clinton, Funkadelic, and he's quite a writer and producer. And the song was spotted by a good friend of mine, her Strather, who suggested, said, look, maybe you guys should do that tune. It's okay on Paul, but I think it's a great tune on you all. So after listening to it really good, I said, you know what, I think you're right. And so we recorded, and it's produced by Michael Powell. Mike Powell does a lot of the recordings for Anita Baker, and also he's done some thing with Aretha Franklin. He's based here in Detroit. A very, very accomplished producer. And
Oh yeah, I know Mike. I haven't seen Mike in years, but yeah,
that's a great guy too.
yeah, he sure is.
Very easy to work with. So he could lay down a great track. And once we heard your track and we put Theo on, we said, wow, this is what we think a great song. Of course, the lyrics are great, and what I like about it, it's a cross-generational kind of song, I think. It doesn't date, it doesn't have the typical Four Tops kind of music, which is which is popish R&B with a lot of thump, but it's a smooth R&B. I would say it's like the Four Tops sings the Righteous, not the Righteous Brothers. Four Tops sings the Temptations, sings the Isley Brothers, sings the Four Tops. It sounds like those three in one on that particular song, and that's not bad for getting back out into the recording business, which we haven't been for quite a while. And it's a great song. It's got great lyrics, and it's got a wonderful nice little tempo, good riding song. So we think it should go far, and we're looking forward to set up for the next single, which will be very typical Four Topish, which will lead to eventually us releasing the album.
Now, when do you think the album might?
Album probably won't be ready for release until the first of the year, because we're looking to do 2 singles at least out of it first, simply because we haven't recorded in such a while. We need to get some more momentum before just dropping the album out. The record buying public needs to know that we're out there recording, and that we should have a couple of hits hopefully by then, before we just put an album out. So I think, and which is the old way of doing things, which also fits my groove. I'm used to that kind of stuff.
Now, are you expecting? I don't mean to. Hope this doesn't come off the wrong way, but because things have changed so drastically, are you expecting to sell, several 100,000 or 1,000,000 copies?
I do, I really do, and I know it's hard as an older group to get airplay and all of that, but I think once people hear it, whether it's through iTunes or whether it's through JennyJenny.com, MySpace, or all the different other ways they can hear it, there will be some radio that's starting to play it. I think people will buy it, because it's just a nice, smooth record, and I just think that people will buy it.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure of that. In fact, if they hear it, which is the hardest part in our case. But I think that's going to happen, and I think they will buy it. Yes, I do think we'll sell a few 100,000 copies, or maybe 1 million. And also the next single, once we do one, I'm sure it'll be wide open for us to do another. Not only will our fans know we're out there, but the new generation, I think, will appreciate the sound and the feeling that we'll have on these particular records.
Okay.
So I'm pretty positive about that.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Haven't been. That's why we haven't recorded recently, because I know that the whole business is totally different than what I know it to be, and I'm just starting to learn about it, and I'm learning about it through the younger guys in our group, and just listening and watching what's going on in the business. But I think we got. I'm almost sure we got something there, and by September the 18th, it will be in the record. It will be in the stores. And just like now, back when I was selling records, they had record stores, but now they'll be in places like Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Target, iTunes, and Starbucks, starting September 18th. So,
well, real quick then, for people who haven't heard it yet, they're listening to us talk about it, or they're reading what we're talking about. Describe it.
Say that again.
Describe the song. What's it about?
It's about this guy who lives on the East Coast, and he just bought a ticket to go to the West Coast to see this girl of his that he hasn't seen in a while. And the only thing between them is distance. That is the song, and that's the whole story of the song. That there's nothing else between them other than love, but the distance. And he can't wait to get there. And he knows she's going to be waiting there, and he hasn't seen her since she dreaded her hair, and he's there's so much in love, but it's like a long distance love, and he's on this midnight plane to the West Coast, coming from the East Coast to see this girl of his. So it's a love song.
Now, did I read where you took part in production, but you just said it was Michael Powell? But I thought
I'm executive producer. You know how you put all the stuff together and get things lined up and so forth. I'm not. Michael Powell is the producer. I'm just the executive producer. Myself and Lawrence Payton Jr.
Okay.
In that respect.
All right.
But of course, I'm in the studio doing, and then just it's like tying everything in, making suggestions and so forth and so on, and just seeing that everything, like the general over the whole operation.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it was going to be painless, and of course it certainly was, because you're talking about your favorite subject.
Absolutely.
So I'll let you get back to resting. Now, you guys have a gig back here in Southern Cali this weekend.
I'll be back here Saturday for the big 35th anniversary of Fakir.
That's right.
So that's a big day. So back there, they think it really is an awesome day. So we'll be there. I'll get there a day early and do a little promotion and some other things. And I think it'll be a great night.
So you really, you just sound like you're really, and I told you before, you look like it, you sound like it. After all this time, you just sound like you're just starting to do this.
I stay excited. I'm excited about what I do and what we plan to do. And yes, I am enthusiastic and heartfelt about all of it. And I haven't lost that lust or love for what I do. And I think the moment I do lose it, that's the time for me to say, hey, I'm tired. It's time for me to move on. But until then, I'll be there.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Lee, thank you.
All right, God bless. Have a good one.
Same for you.
All right, bye-bye.